Shine bright like a diamond.
What's up, lovelies? We are back with another video, and yes, you guessed it, another foundation review. This is the final foundation review that I have right now, simply because this is the only other new foundation that I have. Today we're going to be reviewing the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. So the old one is the Faux Filter High Coverage Cream Foundation. And just to give you a little backstory on that particular foundation for me, I don't really like the old formula for the old foundation. I notice a lot of times after I finish my foundation, my corrector would start to kind of seep through after about an hour or later on in the day. And I think that's attributed to the fact that it's a cream foundation and not matte. So I felt like it moved more on my face. Not only that, with it not being a matte foundation or oil-free, my face was always ended up being shiny on it. I love the coverage when you first put it on and the finish of it, but as far as long wear, it just doesn't work for me. I'm gonna go ahead and give this foundation a chance. I'm not gonna let the original formula mess up the opportunity for me to try this. It's about 2 o'clock, so I'll probably be able to wear this throughout the night and do a check-in later on today. So packaging is very similar to the original. So this is the new one. So for this wear test, again, we are not gonna be putting on any primer. So we're gonna go ahead and pump it on. 2 pumps. That's what that was. 2 pumps. Guys, I forgot to correct. What am I doing? I forgot to correct, but I'm gonna put some on in a second. But this formula feels very similar to the original. The original, it's very thick. They have a very, very, very thick formula. Okay guys, so I just wanted to mention that this foundation applies so smoothly. The formula is super creamy, so just applying it is just super soft, and there's no weird patches with your skin or anything. So I feel like this application is perfect for either oily or if you have combo or dry skin, because it is just so smooth to apply. I did mention I have the color Toffee, and that is the color I had in the original as well. So Toffee 420G. I just plopped this foundation on, guys. Didn't correct or do my eyebrows, but we're good. I can feel a difference in the foundation and I can see it. So it's already starting to mattify. I'm gonna correct on top. I probably think I'm so weird for correcting on top. Okay, so we're gonna add a little bit more, like a dot of a pump, really. I'm gonna have to add more foundation because you can still see my corrector through. I'm grabbing a flat brush and I'm gonna apply it that way. Okay guys, I'm back. I finished the rest of my face and I didn't have any problems blending contour or my blush. My baking powder went on fine. After I baked, I did notice that there was like a little bit of discoloration, I guess, around the bottom of my mouth. I don't know what it was, but I went ahead and put a little bit more of like just the regular banana powder and I sat it around my face and I feel like it definitely improved it. And because the foundation is matte, I went light on the highlight. I did notice with the Morphe foundation review that my face looked a little bit more oily, and it was only because I realized that I had highlight on. So I'm trying to like minimize the highlight that I have on when I'm doing my wear test, because I don't want my highlight to look like oil when it's really oil or really just highlight. So you can definitely tell it's full coverage around my forehead and my eyes and just kind of everywhere. So for coverage, I would say that this is a full coverage foundation. I do feel like it's full coverage, but maybe it just doesn't do a good job at masking, just like my natural hairs out here. But overall, it is full coverage to me. And then when I come back, we'll be checking for long wear, oily friendly, oxidation, touch up, and transfer. And actually, after putting on that setting powder, the foundation doesn't feel as heavy as I said at first. And that could be just the thing when you're first applying it. It feels heavier because, I don't know if it's because of the matte, maybe it's just like tightening up your face and you have to just like put powder and like wait for it to kind of go in there for a second. I'll be back later to show you guys how much oil that we got going, and then we'll touch up and see how it works. I'll see you guys later. What's up, lovelies? We are back. It is now 9:57, going on 10 o'clock. So I've basically been wearing this foundation for 8 hours today. I do have some oil on my face, and it's mainly in the T-zone. My chin is not as bad as I thought it would be, or my forehead, but my T-zone is always my most oily spot. I'm super excited because my corrector did not show through. Like I was telling y'all earlier, I was scared that my corrector was gonna come through, it did not come through. For coverage, we decided that it was full, and the fact that my corrector didn't come through, it just makes me coverage check, like we're good to go on coverage. Long wear. So this is my face without primer, and honestly I think it like held up pretty well. This is the 8-hour mark, but I think at the 6-hour mark I looked at myself and I was like, wow, it's not even that bad. But I think, you know, once it gets to that 8-hour mark, it started to kind of get more oily, which is fine. But I still think this looks pretty good for 8 hours and with no touching up at all. So as far as it being oily friendly, I'm actually gonna say like it did a pretty good job. Like, yeah. I forgot to mention the things in the box earlier, so I'm gonna go ahead and read them right now. This foundation is supposed to be life proof, non-comdo, I know what I'm trying to say. Basically, it's not cakey. Flawless filtered finish. Its star has waterproof, super long wear, 24-hour, transfer proof, fade proof, sweat proof, humidity proof. I think the fade proof might be the update that I was looking for, because this foundation, it did a really good job at not fading this time around. So I'm super excited, and that's a good thing. I would say as far as oily friendly, I would say give it a go, good job. Oxidation. I would say no, there's no oxidation at all. I didn't have to worry about it being too dark or changing over time, like it stayed the same, so that's a check. So transfer and touch up. Okay, so I grabbed some tissue, and my light's doing some weird things to my face right now. I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and do our transfer test. So grabbing my tissue and doing my chin. Not bad. So here's my chin and my forehead. There's my chin and my forehead. Let's do our T-zones. I'm gonna switch it to the other side. And honestly, okay, so I would say this transfer is about normal what I get from most foundations. As far as it, like you can see that really dark spot right there. I would say that the original is much worse than that, but it's pretty good. So touch-ups, I would say 50-50, not touch-up, transfer. So transfer is 50-50. You know, we still got some foundation, you know, on the towel, and it was kind of showing, but you know, it's not terrible. We're moving over to touch-up. I'm grabbing my MAC powder. Go ahead and pack it in. Yes, it looks really good. Let me get a mirror to make sure up close what we're looking like. Yes for touch up. Okay, so it's not doing anything weird, making weird places or doing anything with the foundation as I'm adding extra powder over the places that would have been oily. Like, it looks really good. Like, I honestly think it looks really good. And I also, like, I put like a little bit of highlight, and I feel like it really like kind of kept it there. And I'm actually pretty happy at this. Honestly, pretty impressed with this foundation as far as how it still looks after 8 hours and touching up. Like, I was really expecting it to do what the other foundation did, but I think the formula change really helped it and improved it, and I like it. My only concern is really going to be the transfer part of it. Foundations that go on and just are straight matte onto your face, they usually have a little bit less transfer. I'll definitely wear this foundation because I'm happier at the formula, at the improvements. Overall, I really like the way this foundation like looks and came together. Like, I can honestly say that I had low hopes for it just because of the previous foundation. So just being honest, like, I really didn't expect much of it. So, but the fact that it like did really well, like, I'm impressed and I like it. And this foundation does retail at $40. So if you were contemplating, you know, replacing the one that you already had, I would recommend it. And if you were just contemplating getting it in general, the new formula really is much nicer. Like, I'm really looking at myself and I'm just like, it looks really good. Like, I don't even really want to take off my makeup. So I'm going to be holding on to it. I'm going to be wearing it a couple more times just to see, even with primer, to kind of just see, you know, what it does for me. But I'm loving it, honestly. I really am. That's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, don't forget to add them down below, or any comments, or if you have any other foundations that you recommend for me to review. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.